Welcome, my friend, and thank you for joining me today. I want to ask you a very important question. Imagine if your brain could become like a powerful English machine. Imagine if every word and every sentence you hear or read could stay in your memory like glue. Wouldn't that change everything for you? Many people believe that learning English is only about reading books and memorizing grammar rules. But that idea is not completely true. Today, I will show you something different, something much more powerful. English is not only about books. English is not only about long lists of rules. English is deeply connected to your brain. When you train your brain in the right way, English begins to feel natural. It stops feeling heavy or boring. It becomes easier, and sometimes it even becomes fun. If you stay with me until the end of this lesson, you will see a big change in how you think about English. You will start to feel that your brain is not your enemy. It is your best tool. And before we dive in, I want to ask you for one small favor. If this video helps you even a little, please click the like button. That single click tells me this content is useful, and it also helps more learners around the world find it. You can also comment below and share your thoughts, and subscribe if you want more lessons like this. But most of all, please remember to like this video. Your support really makes a difference.
Chapter 1. Why Your Brain Controls Your English. When someone says the word English, what is the first picture in your mind? For many people, it is grammar books, boring classrooms, and endless lists of rules that make them tired. Maybe you remember the times when you studied very hard, but when the exam came, you could not remember anything. You tried to read English texts, but the words disappeared from your memory. You tried to listen, but the speakers talked too fast, and everything felt like noise. You tried to speak, but your mouth refused to move. In those moments, you felt small, weak, and maybe even hopeless. But today, I want to give you a new idea, an idea that can completely change your story. Listen carefully. Your problem was never English itself. Your problem was never your memory. The real problem is this: nobody ever told you that learning English starts in the brain. Your brain is the most powerful machine you will ever own in your life. Think about it. Your brain can remember millions of faces. It can store thousands of songs. It can solve problems faster than the strongest computer. And here is the great secret. The same brain that helped you learn to walk, to eat, and to speak your first language can also help you learn English. You are not broken. You are not too slow. You are not too old. You already have the tool you need. You only need to learn how to train it correctly. The brain is like a muscle. Think of your brain as a muscle in your body. If you never lift weights, your muscles stay weak. But if you lift even small weights every day, your muscles grow stronger. The brain works in exactly the same way. Every small practice you do in English is like lifting a little weight. Maybe on the first day, you do not feel strong. Maybe you even feel tired. But if you continue, day after day, week after week, your brain begins to surprise you. One day you will open your mouth and English will come out naturally. It will not feel like study anymore. It will feel like life. Talent is not the secret. Many learners believe they need talent for languages. They think that some people are born with a special gift. They look at a classmate who speaks better and say, maybe she has a bigger brain than me. Maybe he is smarter than me. But that is not true. Science shows something very exciting. The brain can grow and change at any age. This is called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity means that your brain can make new connections every time you practice. Every word you repeat, every sentence you try is like planting a seed. At first, you cannot see the seed. The soil looks empty. But under the ground, something is growing. With water and sunlight, one day a small green plant comes out. That plant is your English. Mistakes are not the enemy. Here is another amazing fact. Your brain does not care if you are perfect. It only cares if you practice. Even if you make mistakes, even if you feel shy, your brain is still learning. Think about a baby. A baby does not worry if its words are wrong. A baby just speaks, laughs, and tries again. Slowly, the baby improves. Why? Because the brain learns through use, not through fear. If a baby can learn one language, then you can also learn English. Your brain still has the same power.
Change the way you talk to your brain. Let me ask you something. How many times have you told yourself, "I am bad at English"? How many times have you said, "My brain cannot do it"? Every time you said those words, you trained your brain in the wrong way. You told it to stop. You closed the door. But from today, I want you to train your brain in a new way. I want you to tell your brain, "I can do it. I am growing. I am learning." These simple sentences are not just motivation. They are commands, and your brain listens to commands. When you tell your brain, "I can," it starts searching for solutions. When you tell it, "I cannot," it gives up immediately. A student named Anna. I remember one student. Her name was Anna. She told me that she could not learn English because her memory was bad. She had failed many tests in school. She thought her brain was weak. But I gave her one very simple exercise. Every morning, she had to speak one English sentence out loud. Just one. Sentences like, "I am strong today." "I am ready to learn." She did this small practice every morning for 30 days. In the beginning, she felt silly, but at the end of the month, something amazing happened. She was not only speaking sentences, but also remembering new words easily. What changed? Not her talent, not her past. The change was in her brain. Her brain became stronger through daily training. Small actions, big results. Now I want you to imagine yourself. Imagine you give your brain just 5 minutes of English each day. Imagine you listen to one short English story before you go to sleep. Imagine you write one simple word in a notebook and look at it 10 times during the day. These are not big actions, but they are powerful. Each one is like a drop of water, and many drops together make an ocean. With many small practices, you create a brain that speaks English naturally. The truth is clear. Your brain is not your enemy. It is your best friend. It wants to learn. It wants to grow. But it is waiting for you to train it.
Wake up your brain.
When you stop saying, "I cannot," and start saying, "I will try," your brain wakes up. When you give it daily practice, your brain becomes sharp. When you connect words with feelings and actions, your brain remembers them easily. Your English is not far away. It is inside your brain right now, waiting for training. So today, This is your first step. Today, you understand the truth. Your brain controls your English. If you train it, English will come alive inside you. If you ignore it, English will stay far away. But I know you are ready. I know you are strong. The fact that you are here right now means you have already started your journey. Trust your brain. Train it with patience and with love. Very soon, the language that once felt difficult will become the language you enjoy. Chapter 2. The Power of Daily Practice for Your Brain. If you want to train your brain to become better at English, you must first understand a big truth. The brain does not change in one day. The brain cannot transform with one big effort. The brain grows step by step with small daily practice. Think about a tree. A tree does not grow tall in one night. But if you give it water every day, it grows roots, it grows leaves, and one day it stands tall and strong. In the same way, your brain will not master English in 1 week. But if you give it small drops of English every day, it will grow stronger and stronger. Daily practice is like the water for your tree.
Why small steps work better than big loads. Many learners believe they must study for hours every day if they want to improve. They sit down with heavy books and try to memorize everything in one night. But what happens? The next morning, they forget half of it. Why does this happen? Because the brain does not like heavy loads. The brain becomes tired when you force it too much at one time. The brain learns better when you give it small, regular steps. Imagine carrying a bag full of stones. If the bag is too heavy, you cannot carry it. You drop it. But if you carry just one stone every day, you can slowly move a whole mountain. Learning English works in the same way. 1 sentence a day, 1 word a day, 1 short story a day. Each small action builds the strong mountain of fluency. How daily practice adds up. Let's do some simple math. Imagine you practice English for only 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes is nothing. You could do it while brushing your teeth or while waiting for the bus. But in 1 year, those 10 minutes become more than 60 hours of English practice. Think about that. 60 hours of training your brain. 60 hours of listening, speaking, and thinking in English. Can you imagine how different your brain will feel after 60 hours? You will not be the same person. Your brain will not be the same brain. It will be sharper, quicker, and more confident. That is the power of daily practice. Repetition creates strong connections. The brain loves repetition. Every time you repeat a word, your brain makes a stronger connection. Think of it like walking across grass. The first time, the grass is tall and it is difficult to pass. The second time, it is a little easier. The third time, you see a small path. After many times, the path becomes clear and smooth. This is how daily practice builds English inside your brain. Each repetition creates a small road. Soon, your brain has many roads. And when you need a sentence, your brain already has the road ready.
Daniel's story.
Let me tell you about one learner named Daniel. He was very busy with work. He had no time for long study sessions. But he made one small decision. Every morning, he gave 5 minutes to English.
He listened to one short story while brushing his teeth. He repeated one simple sentence on his way to work. At first, he felt nothing. He thought 5 minutes was too small. But after 2 months, something amazing happened. He could understand songs on the radio. He could answer simple questions quickly. His brain was changing because of those 5 minutes each day. He told me, at the beginning, it felt impossible. But now, small daily practice makes me believe in myself. Daily practice removes fear. There is another gift of daily practice. It removes fear. When you only study once a week, you feel a lot of pressure. You tell yourself, I must do everything perfectly today. That pressure makes you nervous. But when you practice every day, the pressure disappears. You make mistakes, but tomorrow you practice again. You forget something, but tomorrow you see it again. The brain begins to relax. It learns faster. It remembers better. Fear goes down, and confidence goes up. That is the secret gift of daily practice.
Imagine your own day. You wake up and say one English sentence. Today, I will do my best. At lunch, you listen to one small English story. Before bed, you write one English word in your notebook. These actions are not heavy. They are light, like drops of rain. But together, they become a storm of learning in your brain. Your English grows without pain. Your brain becomes stronger without stress. Ask yourself, what if I gave my brain only 10 minutes of English every day for the next 30 days? Would my English stay the same, or would I feel different? You already know the answer. 30 days is enough to hear your brain whisper, yes, I can do this. That whisper grows into a voice. That voice becomes fluent speech. Small actions build success. The truth is simple. Success does not come from one big action. Success comes from many small actions repeated every day. If you want your brain to change, you must feed it English every day. That food can be a short conversation, a simple sentence, a little listening. These small actions may look weak, but together they are stronger than anything else. So never say, I don't have time. You do have time. 5 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes at lunch, 2 minutes before bed. That is enough. Your brain does not need hours. It needs daily love. And if you give it, the results will surprise you. Your brain is waiting. It is ready to grow. It is ready to open doors for you. All it asks is this: do not stop. Do not give up. Give me a little practice every day, and I will give you English for life. That is the voice of your brain. Listen to it, trust it, and start today. Chapter 3. Memory Tricks That Make Words Stay. Now let's talk about another important topic, memory. Have you ever learned a new word today and forgotten it tomorrow? Have you ever studied 10 words for an exam and remembered only 2? You felt angry. You thought, maybe my brain is weak. But here's the truth. Your brain is not weak. Your method was weak. The brain does not like boring lists. The brain remembers words that have life, words with pictures, words with feelings, words with action. If you give your brain a word with no meaning, it throws it away. But if you give your brain a word with color, sound, and story, it keeps it forever. How we learned our first language. Think about your first language. You never sat down with a dictionary when you were a child. You never memorized long lists. You learned words because they were connected to your life. You learned water because you were thirsty. You learned mother because you wanted love. You learned play because you wanted fun. Each word had power. Each word had emotion. That is why your brain remembered them so easily.
The word apple. Let's take a simple example. The word apple. If you only see the letters A-P-P-L-E, your brain may forget it. But if you close your eyes and imagine holding a red apple, your brain wakes up. Feel the smooth skin, smell the sweet fruit, bite it and hear the crunch, taste the juice. Now the word is alive. Now your brain says, yes, this is important. I will keep it. The power of stories. Another powerful trick is story. The brain loves stories. Imagine you learn the word rain. Do not just write it 10 times. Create a picture in your mind. You are walking outside. Dark clouds cover the sky. Drops fall on your head. You run and laugh. That picture stays in your brain. Tomorrow, when you hear the word rain, you will not only remember the sound, you will remember the story. Sarah's story. Let me tell you about another learner, Sarah. She told me, "Teacher, I study words every day, but I forget them." I asked her, "Do you only look at the words?" She said, "Yes." So I gave her a new method. I told her to act out the words. If she learned run, she had to run in her room. If she learned sleep, she had to close her eyes. If she learned angry, she had to make an angry face in the mirror. At first, she felt silly, but after 1 month, her memory was strong. She said, "Now when I hear a word, I also feel it in my body." That is how memory works. The brain remembers what you do, not only what you see. Speak words out loud. Here is another secret. Do not only read words in your head, speak them out loud. When you say a word, your ears hear it. Your mouth feels it. Your brain stores it deeper. If you learn the word happy, say it with a smile. If you learn sad, say it with a sad face. The emotion will glue the word into your brain. Words are like seeds. Your brain is like a garden. Every word is a seed. If you just drop the seed and walk away, it dies. But if you water it with pictures, actions, stories, and emotions, it grows into a tree. That tree gives you fruit for life. Memory is not magic. Memory is care. Now, how you can try this today. Imagine you are learning 5 new words today. Do not just write them. Draw a small picture for each one. Act them out. Speak them with feeling. Connect them to your life. If the word is book, hold a real book. If the word is walk, take a few steps. If the word is friend, think of someone you love. Do this, and tomorrow the words will still be in your brain. Next week they will still be there. Next month they will still be there. Ask yourself, what if I used these tricks for 100 words? I would not just know them, I would own them. I would never fear forgetting again.
Chapter 4. Thinking in English.
Training your inner voice. One of the biggest secrets to fluency is not just speaking with other people. It is also speaking with yourself inside your head. We all have an inner voice. This voice talks all day. It asks questions. It makes plans. It remembers things. Usually, this voice speaks in your first language. But if you want to train your brain for English, you must invite this inner voice to use English too. When your inner voice changes, your whole brain changes. Think about it. If you think in your first language and then try to speak English, your brain must translate. Translation takes time. Translation makes you slow. Translation makes you nervous. But if you think directly in English, the words come faster. The sentences feel more natural. You stop translating, you start communicating. At first, thinking in English feels strange. You may say, "How can I think in English if I do not know many words?" But you do not need big words to start. You only need small and simple ones. You can train your brain with the words you already know. Starting small. Here is a method. Describe your actions in English. For example, I wake up. I drink water. I walk to the kitchen. I sit down. The tea is hot. These lines are short, but they are powerful. They train your brain to think in English during real life. Each small thought is practice. You can also ask yourself questions. Before bed, ask, "What did I do today?" Answer with short sentences. I worked. I ate rice. I learned 2 words. I watched a video. In the morning, ask, "What will I do today?" Answer, "I will read. I will listen. I will write." This simple practice creates habit. Day by day, your inner voice will change. Mirror and shadowing. Another good exercise is mirror practice. Stand in front of a mirror. Talk to yourself. Say, "Hello, how are you today?" Answer, "I am fine, thank you. I am a little tired, but I am okay." Add more. Later, I will watch a video in English. The mirror makes you feel like you are speaking to someone. It is safe and useful. Shadowing is also strong practice. Shadowing means you listen to a short sentence and repeat it quickly, trying to copy the sound. Listen to clear voices. Repeat 1 or 2 lines. Copy the rhythm. Copy the music of English. Your inner voice will start to sound like English, not translation. Journaling and sentence frames. A 1-line journal is very effective. Write 1 line each day. For example, today I learned the word fresh. The weather was windy. I cooked soup. 1 line is easy. After 1 month, you have 30 lines. Your brain sees progress. Sentence frames are also useful. A frame is like a model that you fill with new words. For example, I like blank because blank. Or, I want to blank today. Or, I feel blank when blank. Say, I like music because it relaxes me. Or, I feel happy when I walk outside. Frames give your brain ready paths. They help you think fast.
Small routine. Here is a daily routine. Morning. Think 3 short sentences in English. Afternoon. Listen to 1 small story. Shadow 1 line. Evening. Write 1 line in your journal. This routine takes less than 10 minutes, but it trains your inner voice every day. A learner named Alex. Let me tell you about Alex. He was shy and always quiet in class. He knew many words but spoke very slowly. I asked him to think in English for 5 minutes a day. He started with small sentences. The sun is bright. This rice is hot. After 1 month, he noticed a big change. When his teacher asked questions, he answered quickly without translating. He said, "It feels like my brain is living in English now." That is the power of training the inner voice. A small challenge. Try this 1-week challenge. Day 1. Describe your morning in 5 lines. Day 2. Shadow 5 sentences. Day 3. Ask, "What did I do today?" Answer with 6 lines. Day 4. Use 1-sentence frame 5 times. Day 5. Talk to the mirror for 2 minutes. Day 6. Write 1 journal line. Day 7. Review your week in English. Repeat it. Each week, your inner voice will grow. Chapter 5. Building a Brain That Loves English. The strongest thing you can do is not only to study English, it is to build a brain that loves English. A brain that feels happy when it hears English. A brain that feels excited when it speaks English. When your brain loves English, learning does not feel like a burden. It feels like play. And when you enjoy, you learn faster. Connecting English with joy. Too many learners connect English with fear, tests, mistakes, pressure. Their brain learns to feel stress every time they hear English. That is why they forget. That is why they feel blocked. But if you connect English with joy, everything changes. Replace fear with fun. Replace pressure with play. Replace punishment with reward. Think about what you love. Do you love football? Watch clips with English commentary. Learn words like goal and pass. Do you love music? Learn 3 lines from a song. Sing them. Do you love cooking? Read a recipe in English. Learn verbs like mix and boil. Do you love travel? Watch travel videos. Learn words like ticket and hotel. When English meets your passion, your brain asks for more. The Joy Menu. Make a small joy menu. Write down fun English choices. Watch a short football clip. Read 1 easy recipe. Listen to a slow song and learn 3 lines. Watch a short travel video. Read a comic or cartoon strip. Pick 1 each day. Enjoy it. Smile. Tell yourself, "This is my English joy time." Your brain will connect English with happiness. Small wins. Do not wait for the big moment when you are fluent. Celebrate now. Celebrate each step. If you remember one new word, celebrate. If you understand one sentence, celebrate. If you speak one phrase without fear, celebrate. These small wins give your brain pride. Pride builds love. Love builds habit. Habit builds fluency. Simple rewards work. Clap for yourself. Put a sticker in your notebook. Say, "Well done, I did it." Your brain feels good. It wants more. A student named Omar. Let me share Omar's story. Omar hated English in school. Tests made him nervous. He failed many times. But one day, he decided to connect English with football, his favorite sport. He watched matches with English commentary. He learned words like goal and team. Soon, he was excited to study. English became a game. His brain started to love it. From football, he moved to other topics. Now he speaks with confidence. His secret was joy.
Building habits. Here is a simple weekly plan. Monday, joy menu item, 5 minutes. Tuesday, mirror talk, 2 to 3 minutes. Wednesday, learn 3 song lines. Thursday, shadow 2 sentences. Friday, write 1 journal line. Celebrate. Saturday, watch a fun clip. Learn 3 words. Sunday, review your week in English. Keep it light, keep it steady. Over time, your brain will connect English with good feelings. Be kind to yourself. Mistakes are part of learning. If you forget, smile and try again. If you speak strangely, say it again simply. Do not insult yourself. Do not say, "I am stupid." Say, "I am learning. I am trying." Speak to your brain kindly. Your brain will trust you. It will work harder for you. A 10-minute love and voice routine. Here is a short daily routine. 1. Minute 0 to 2. Smile. Say, "I will do a little today." Minute 2 to 5. Pick a joy menu item. Minute 5 to 7. Shadow 2 short sentences. Minute 7 to 9. Mirror talk using 1 frame. Minute 9 to 10. Write 1 journal line. Celebrate. That is all. 10 minutes. No stress. Your brain receives joy and practice. Your inner voice grows stronger. Final thoughts. Your inner voice is the key to faster speaking. Start with short thoughts in English. Use mirror talk, journaling, shadowing, and sentence frames. Connect English with joy, football, music, cooking, travel. Celebrate small wins. Be kind to yourself. Build habits that last. When your inner voice uses English and when your brain connects English with joy, learning becomes natural. You will not just study English, you will live it.